And here they come.
Gonzalez and Federer.
Gonzalez in the lead in the 25 seed, and Chile following up Switzerland's world #1 Roger Federer. And I think this is another match to savour, and another match of unknowns, because they haven't played each other before, these two. And you remember that Hewitt hadn't played Taylor before today. Look what happened to him. And it underlines what I was saying about the evenness of the men's game.
Well, that's the thing. It's you know, getting back to not playing a guy, you don't know what to expect. You can only really do some scouting reports, talk to coaches. You never get the chance to actually see that ball struck off your opponent's racket, and that's a big problem in today's game with guys that are so dangerous like Chell.
And that has been one of the features for me of the men's game over the past, well, 15, 20 years. The inevitable strengthening from 100 upwards, or even 200 upwards, because you get some guys who are in the 120s, 130s, quite capable of upsetting anybody on any given day.
Yeah, Roger's got to be careful today against Gonzalez. Last year, he had a positive winning record against guys in the top 10. He was 3-2. Wins over Agassi. He beat Agassi in Washington on hardwood in the heat of Washington in the semifinals. Ended up losing to Henman in the finals there, but Gonzalez is a huge forward and a huge serve.
Gentlemen, same rules and conditions as always, except we have TV changeover, which means we had an extra 15 seconds to each changeover. If you'd stay in your seat until I call time, I'd appreciate it.
No,
questions about time, anything else? Calls heads. This is a head. Receive. Okay.
Well, nice to have wired up so that we can hear that Gonzalez did win the toss and elected to receive. No surprises there. So often players today will decide to receive, figuring that the server won't really be fully into the match, and that perhaps the best chance of breaking is in that opening game. So here we are with our second match of the day. Roger Federer of Switzerland, #1 seed, against Chile's Fernando Gonzalez, #25.
Yeah, you mentioned returning serve first, and especially in the early round, as Roger Federer only played one match. Gonzalez the same. Both seeded, they got a bye first round.
This is where they fall in the very top, of course, as the #1 seed on the prime position of the top spot. Strong group is all together. Not just Taylor, who's upset the defending champion, Fish, and Nove Carlson.
How about Tommy Haas coming out with the wild card to get into
So second leg open, third round of the men's singles. Let's meet the players to the right of the chair from Santiago, Chile, and seated number 25. This 23-year-old won his 4th title at Viva del Mar this summer. He's been ranked in the top 40 the past 2 years in a row. He led his team to the ATP World Team Cup Championships in Düsseldorf last May. Making his 3rd appearance in the Valley, please welcome a handsome young man with a huge forehand serve, Fernando Gonzalez.
17-1.
After the umpires left Born Basel, Switzerland, this 22-year-old has won 13 titles, including Wimbledon last July and the Australian Open 2 months ago. His 7 championships in 2003 included the season-ending Masters Cup in Houston. He's on fire this year with a 16-1 record, winning a title in Dubai last week for the 2nd year in a row. He beat Andre Powell yesterday 6-1, 6-1. Let's give a warm Southern California welcome to the #1 player in the world, the sweet smoker from Switzerland, Roger Federer.
Spectators on his performances. I think he's going to find the big serve at the top.
You better believe Gonzalez has one of the bigger serves in the game, and the forehand as well. He's still a young guy. A lot of tennis left in him, 23 years old. 40 years ago, he's already got 4 singles titles, likes to play courts, but he can do some damage on hard as well. 26th Champions race. Fairly good start to this year in that he was able to win Vina Del Mar. And he couldn't win a match at the very beginning. And then just recently came on strong, won that title. That's made a big difference in his confidence. Losing record in the Masters Series. Hasn't been able to win one. As I said, he had a good result in Cincinnati. Ended up beating Henman, Krajicek, and Roddick. First round loss last year here. He's achieved his best results so far out in the desert, getting to where he is right here.
2 minutes.
And as I said, Jeff, they haven't played each other before. Now, I suppose we should ask you, what do you do when you haven't played a guy before? You will have seen him play many times and know how it works, but do you have to sort of feel them out, as it were?
You got to just start doing what you want to do. And if you can win that way, then there's no reason to change. But you've got to just go ahead and try to execute the way you want to play and adjust accordingly.
I like
Federer
it. This is Phoenix
comes up against Gonzalez. And Gonzalez
Yeah, I
is
love
in
this.
aces and controlling the points with his
I'm
forehand.
great.
He'll make adjustments, and Federer is one of the best guys in the world at making adjustments. He'll come in if he needs to come in and successfully do it. He can also stay back and rally with the best guys in the world.
In the chair today is there he is. He's handing the computer.
This third round match will be the best of 3 type sets. Gonzalez won the toss. Elected to receive. 1 minute.
That's something I wasn't aware of. That's very interesting. Brave man.
I was able to catch up with him at the Scottsdale event. Pulled up his pant leg on his right calf, just very deep looking scar on the right side of his leg, and that's where he took a bullet. That's why he got the Purple Heart.
Awards come no higher than that, so distinguished gentleman in the chair today. Horacio de la Peña is hiding behind. Oh, no, that I think is the Federer cap. Yes, it is. That looks as if it is his girlfriend and plays on the women's tour, or played. I'm not sure she's playing anymore. There's the name of the draws.
That's as close as Roger's coming to a coach right now.
Tough.
Well, that's right. He decided to dispense with the services.
Balls down that way, please.
Who have taken the world #1. That was a bit of a surprise.
It was. It really took everyone by shock because he was playing so well at the time. Waiting to see, well, how do you play without that kind of structure keeping you in check?
And biting his fingernails, as usual, Horacio de la Peña, Gonzalez coach, and a very excitable man too. He is animated, to say the least. So here we are with the second match of the day. The 4th day of play in this year's Pacific Life Open. And it's Roger Federer, the world #1 and #1 seed against Fernando Gonzalez of Chile. Put into
Federer to serve.
serve, it will be
Play.
#1 seed to open.
50 left.
It's going to be interesting to see which Federer has appeared on court today. Will it be the man who plays perfectly from the back of the court? Will it be the server and volleyer? Will it be the all-court player? He does everything.
Yeah, it'll be
30,
whatever he
50.
needs to do. He'll just wait to see what Gonzalez is going to bring, and then he'll counterattack. The chameleon. He'll do everything.
40,
It's
50.
very interesting to hear John McEnroe on court at the Australian Open say face-to-face in an interview on court after he played his semi-final. He said, Roger Federer, he said, I think you are the most talented player I've ever seen.
Well, the local paper out here had a commentary of 6 different pros. They're all saying how great Federer is.
And the reply was that Federer turned to John and said, coming from you, that's quite a compliment. Because talent is one thing, and putting the talent to good use and fulfilling that potential is another thing. And for a while, we were all worried that Federer would be full of potential with no titles to justify it. Of course, Wimbledon, Australian Open, he's already justified it.
Game, Federer.
Guessed wrong.
First game.
One love to Federer. It's a very difficult thing to say who has been the greatest of all time, because you can't really compare eras. All you can say is that the standard keeps rising, partly because of the equipment, which is improving, allowing people to play more shots than they ever could.
That's true. And also, the athletes are getting bigger and stronger. They can execute shots that the guys that were 5'7" back in the day just wouldn't be able to execute a ball that's 5 feet beyond
Gonzalez.
the baseline. They wouldn't be able to get that kind of pace no matter what racket they had. We get our first look at the Gonzalez forehand. Gets around it nicely.
One of the game's big shots, all right. Serve and forehand. This man's strengths.
Another strength is his strength. Really strong, powerful guy.
Something of a surprise to me that these two never have played one another, but these anomalies crop up. They've both been on the tour a while.
14.
Gonzalez turned pro in '99. Federer the year before. In all that time, you would have thought somewhere their paths would have crossed, but no, not till today.
We might have to go back into the junior records, see what.
Game, Gonzalez.
The pace of the serve beating
One game off.
Federer, 118 mph.
Gonzalez, as high as top 4 in the world in the juniors, won the French singles and doubles. He's only a year older than Roger, so.
And Roger Federer himself won all the junior events in the same year. World #1 junior in 1998.
This is a wake-up call on the forehand return. Don't want to give Gonzalez a good, clean look. Anything on the forehand side. So Roger tests it again. He goes.
Good hustle there from Gonzalez. A bluff, really, but it worked.
Yeah, wise play. Take the guy who's so confident like Federer out of his rhythm if you can.
Well, that was a good tactic. It failed that time, but if you can use your favorite weapon, your big shot, then do. Use it.
Yeah, especially at that point in the game. He makes that, he's got 2 break points.
40-30.
Jeff, if we could advise our young viewers to watch the motion of the Federer serve, they couldn't do better than copy it. It is absolutely perfectly produced.
So smooth, effortless.
Game, Federer.
So
Federer
holds
leads 2 games to 1.
2-1 first. Jeff, there's been a lot of talk about possible Grand Slams. Of course, he's the only man who could win a true Grand Slam, all 4 of the majors in the same year, but he has been very wise, I think, in discounting that possibility and sort of trying to push it out of the discussion range because it would put an awful lot of pressure on him.
Yeah, exactly. The young guns and the changing of the guard has taken place. It's official now. Federer winning the French, Federer winning Wimbledon, Roddick, all those guys right around the same age, early 20s. And they're all playing well, they're all healthy, so there's no way at this early stage in the year you'd want to put that kind of pressure on yourself of saying, yeah, I think I can win the Grand Slams. I think it's definitely a possibility. You've got to be conservative. You don't want to give these guys any other reason, any more reason to want to take it to you when they have to face each other.
Tie.
And if Federer is going to win a Grand Slam in the year 2004, it is the French Championships that will test him the most, I think.
Completely agree. Can't hit those big forehand winners, big serves. Volleys aren't as effective.
Long 15.
Watch how balanced Roger Federer is with this inside-out forehand pass. Great deep volley.
And center theory, cutting out the angle, but didn't worry Federer.
15. All.
This is the exact point he'd like to play all afternoon. Stay in that backhand court, run around everything, use your forehand to punish your opponent. He kept Roger on the run so well too. In the heat, that's going to take its toll.
Forty. 15. Forty. 30.
Look at this temperature, creeping nearer to 100, about 96 now.
Deuce.
We had a temperature yesterday of 108. That's about 42 degrees, or 43 degrees centigrade.
Well, we're in a desert, it's dry, but it's still very difficult out there. People getting taken off the court, wheelchairs from full body cramps on the women's side.
very good footwork.
Advantage
He's going to
Gonzalez.
play this forehand from the backhand corner.
Well, that forehand right there pushed Federer way off the court. Roger didn't do enough with that ball to get it deep. Gonzalez makes him pay for it. If you're on the defensive, make sure you give yourself enough time to get back in the court. Federer didn't do that.
Deuce.
Bit of soccer from Gonzalez. So many of these South Americans love soccer as a sport to follow. They have their favorite teams. So many good teams in South America.
Pickup games each evening. And Peña's been part of those in the grass. Have a nice field where all the players can stretch and jog and play soccer.
Advantage Federer.
So here's the first break opportunity.
Federer is smart, taking that return, takes some pace off and throws it up high to that Gonzalez backhand. As long as you get it deep enough to the point where he can't run around it. He's now produced 2 errors in this game. And that was a big one, that backhand right there.
Deuce.
Quite what he meant, but he's had such a wonderful year. He's only lost once. That was in Rotterdam. That was Tim Hammond, as you said earlier, Australian Open champion, Dubai champion.
Advantage Gonzalez.
Dubai win helped Roger set up here. 2 deserts in a row for Roger Federer.
The desert champion. Right. He did also, of course, contribute to Switzerland's 3-2 win over Romania.
Game Gonzalez.
Davis Cup.
2 games off.
And Federer.
So that's something the players in the locker room should take note of. Gonzalez in trouble. Used a nice kick serve to Federer's backhand side, got the air, and then on game point did the same thing. That one-handed high backhand is tough to come over. You can kick it enough, get it up over the guy's shoulder.
Well, he takes no prisoners, Mr. Gonzalez.
He's got such a disconcerting forehand because you never know when he could hit a winner off it.
Serve and volley, Federer. The one that took him to the
14.
Taking inside body. Gonzalez unable to come over that one. Way too high, that return. Easy sitter volley.
Well, he thought that was out, so did I. We're right behind that sideline. And we'll see what TMI thinks.
40,
of it.
50.
I think TMI agrees with all of us. Federer, ourselves, everyone except the linesman. Well, never mind. What a fantastic return that was.
40-30.
We often say that players hit the ball at 100 miles an hour. Well, Gonzalez does.
Yeah, shell-shocked Federer into a double fault. Gonzalez was moving around that second serve. Federer probably caught his eye.
Game. Federer.
40 love, 40-30, and now game.
Federer leads
Federer.
3-2.
It seems to me, Jeff, that the biggest enemy for Federer is the fact that he can do everything and can't always focus his mind on the job in hand. That was his weakness in the past. I think he's better now in that regard.
Yeah, much better. Andy Roddick said so too. He's been paying attention recently to Roger Federer, as everyone has been. And he said, you know, one of the biggest things that Roger's done is eliminate those strange first, second round losses that he was having out of the blue. He's tightening up his game, in Roddick's words.
I suppose he's maturing.
Yeah. Just like he did back when he was 17 and 18, when he used to have a temper.
He certainly did. I remember him as a junior. A few difficult cases of the court officials. Breaking a few rackets wrong.
Time.
There is the scoreline. No breaks of serve yet. Flowers decorating the scene. I must say this whole site is so beautifully landscaped. The arrangement of flowers around the various courts and eating places is quite delightful.
This whole city of Indian Wells is incredible. You fly into the small airport, as soon as you get off the plane, you smell the roses.
The roses are.
I actually don't know what they are, but it smells like roses.
What a rally.
50.
This is where Gonzalez uses brute strength way behind the court, muscles that forehand. If anything is going to break down on Federer's game, it is that one-handed backhand side.
Too good. But it was the volley that set it up.
30-15.
Spectacular step out on this. To have the balance in the hands to knife that cross court and keep it short. Gonzalez had to run up to it.
For Federer, this is his fourth tournament of 2004, plus that Davis Cup I spoke of. For Gonzalez, it's number 6.
Game. Gonzalez.
Well, that seemed wide to me. Federer certainly thought so. No call.
3 games on.
Well, there you are. Rather meant to be the other side of the line, not that side. But there you are.
mean, that wasn't even close.
Well, I saw it clearly out. I don't know whether you did.
No, I didn't think it was close.
But the call stands, it's 3-all. In fact, it's an ace.
50.
But that's where Federer is so mature, like we spoke about. He doesn't let it get to him. He's just going to be the machine that he's been all year long.
Perhaps that's why John McEnroe admired him so much. Because remember what he used to do when he got a bad call.
The amazing thing about that is that Mac would still win. It's incredible. Hasn't been a person since.
Oh! 14 left.
Well, every now and again he does miss-hit the ball like that, but he hits across it so often with heavy topspin.
This match has a feel of a first, second round match. Guys aren't as sharp. They're still working their way into the tournament.
Both seeded, so they both had a bye. So for each a second match.
Game, Federer.
Without much trouble,
Federer
they
leads
to a lead of 4-3 first set.
Federer is enjoying a little bit of shade. They keep the ball kids busy here. Umbrellas, that makes a big difference because desert heat. A couple fans enduring the heat out here, getting a little color. Nice thing about this heat compared to the next week's stop down in Miami is that it's dry. You can escape it a little bit. Go down to the Miami heat. Better get indoors and some air conditioning. I don't know where she's going to go ahead and look at what's inside Federer's bag, those things. A couple kids playing hooky from school.
Time.
The match on serve, pretty straightforward. Second round for both guys. Now we get to the business end of the issue.
Still no breaks. Just checking where the sun is. 3-4.
50 left.
Second ace. This would be the perfect moment for Federer to strike with a break. See if he finds a way.
15-13.
That sun really is a problem, and will be until the sun has moved right out of direct line for the serve as the right-handers. Another of those close ones, and to the dismay of Gonzalez, called wide. And I think TMI believes that it just clipped the line, and that was an unlucky call for Gonzalez.
At least Roger got one back. He's been on the unlucky end of the missed calls so far.
Game, Federer.
Well, that might be the end of the racket.
Federer leads 5 games to 3.
He's broken it. I think it's an automatic warning.
It's amazing the script that these matches often follow when you're watching a guy like Federer on such a roll, so much confidence with the aura that he has after winning Wimbledon, now the Australian Open. The guys get up to the point where it's time to bring it up and step up the game, and they end up hitting double faults. They end up basically giving the match away.
Interesting, no warning there for the broken racket. Federer. Well, now he's convinced the world is against him. Mark is certainly not in a mind to overrule that. Well, look at this. Clip the line.
Gonzalez got some serious knife on that chip backhand. Ball stayed incredibly low, and Federer wasn't able to get over it.
That lovely, fluent action, producing a winning serve and producing 2 set points.
Game for set. Federer. 6 games to 3.
Half an hour, the number 1 seed takes the opening set. 6 games to 3. Well, there it is. A workmanlike set. Gonzalez just cracking at the crucial moment.
Exactly what he did. The wheels came off right at the end. He looked pretty solid. Even on the first serve percentages. He's got such a good second. It's so important that he gets the high percentage in. Unfortunately, errors characteristically. Winners, none of those winners are off either the backhand side. All 4 hands, volleys.
Well, what?
Federer,
Go get that racket.
Gonzalez.
Go all the way there.
1 volley. The rest 4 hands. Where these guys win their points.
I think a set to delight the connoisseurs. Federer doing enough of
Thank you.
everything to show rounded where he is. So really the task for Gonzalez is first not to make mistakes of his own game, but to try and today here in the desert, as it usually is. We'll often see rain here. That searing sun burning its way into the flesh of everything in its path. And I must say there's a lot of flesh to be seen in the stands today. People are topless, and frankly I think they're in danger of injuring themselves. I mean, the danger from sun's rays now, well documented. There we are. That gentleman's, I hope, got a big supply of sunscreen on.
Pick up the piece of pizza.
Good way of staying cool.
Waiting to take that snap that they'll be discussing with the family. When the film's developed, it's probably not a film though now, it's probably a digital camera. Who knows? But here we go with the second set. Gonzalez to serve.
Block. 13 block.
Well, we said what great junior players these two were in their times. And Gonzalez has a sister who was a good young player. I was saying he has a sister who is a little older, Patricia, played for Miami-Dade College, but another sister who's younger, doesn't play tennis, Jessica.
And his father is a manager of a flour mill.
Game, Gonzalez.
Lovely change of pace there, forcing the error from
First game, second set.
Federer's racket. And there's a thing we don't often talk about, but it's such an important part of match play, when to step up the pace, change of pace within a rally.
Right, you saw a great example of that. You take that pace off, and that Gonzalez backhand, you can slice it well, and that's what he uses so well on clay courts. Takes all the pace off. Give Roger Federer that
Welcome,
look.
bring his towel, please.
And then all of a sudden he cranks up a forehand 130 miles an hour. So within two shots you're seeing completely two different looking balls. It's always difficult to adjust to them.
Low, 50.
But it seems to me that the decision not to go with a coach, not to travel with a coach, has been a good one, because it meant that Federer himself has had to work out how to use his talent.
So quick, watch him. He knows what he wants to do here. He's jumping around that backhand side before Roger has even hit his serve.
And TMI has told us that it was 100 miles an hour that last game.
15.
That forehand was a little bit too much. Trying to hit a winner, that's sometimes where he gets in trouble, Gonzalez. Horatio de la Peña's been working with him on that.
Come on, he's saying.
Know when to hit that forehand. Unleash it, that's for sure. But not when you're on the defensive.
Well, if you drop the ball short,
30.
there's little chance of you winning the point.
Both players are exploiting that high backhand return.
That'll teach you to run around your backhand.
Not only does Federer have the talent, he's got the smarts as well.
Deuce.
A mistake from Federer, and it produces the first backhand winner of the match from either player. Gonzalez has that court wide open. Federer taking just way too much of a chance. He was too far off the court to go on that backhand.
I mean, if you do that, you've really got to hit a winner, virtually.
Respect his ground stroke game, even when you think about how special his volleys are and his touch. He went toe-to-toe against Gonzalez, hitting big forehands. A guy that loves to stay from the back. Federer out-hit him.
Game, Federer. One game.
Serve with some difficulty that time from love 30. 1-all.
Just such a key game to get through from Federer. Big point, he played a deuce. In trouble getting that early break, giving that up to Gonzalez, giving him that confidence. Now he keeps the pressure on.
Love 15.
Well, those are the sort of errors that at the key moment in the first set cost him a serve.
You start thinking you've got to do more than you really need to do because Federer's on the other side. You respect him.
Move.
So Federer loses his first point at the net. He's been there 8 times, 1-7. This man in your picture, one of 11 South Americans to finish in last year's top 50 after reaching at least one final. South Americans certainly had a marvellous time of it. Doing exactly what you said, trying to be too good, make the shot too good.
Well, it's a fine line between going for your biggest and most effective shot and the way you win matches, and then being overzealous.
Federer taking the volley, but not at his most comfortable in the net.
No, smart play from Federer, just making Gonzalez hit that volley. Didn't do anything special with the passing shot. Hit it right back to Gonzalez.
Deuce.
Federer, you don't get discouraged. You just saw the guy miss a couple forehands in a row. You know he's going to continue to go for it. Forget about it and move on.
Advantage Federer.
That has to be something to do with the sun again. Remember, he served a couple of double faults in what proved to be the key game of the first set from that end.
Game, Federer.
And he's done it again, an exact repeat
Federer leads
of that
2-1.
disastrous game, the 8th of the first set. It's cost him his serve, and it's cost him his serve once again. 2-1 Federer. Well, just taking the shoe off to adjust something there. Quite see what he's up to. He's taking his sock off as well, so there's a bit of pain on his foot, obviously, of some sort. I wonder if something rubbing, blister.
Just give me a second.
Perhaps. You have to be so careful with your feet, looking after them, because if you can't move about a court comfortably and consistently well, you're lost.
You mentioned having a bit of an issue with his shoulder and his foot, that being part of the reason why, other than fatigue, he pulled out of Marseille. He was the defending champion there, so you better believe he wanted to go there and keep those points on the board. Pulled out, maybe this is a bit of that foot problem. Didn't say it was a big deal. Just a bit of an annoyance.
Rehydrating.
Time.
So here we are with the favourite for this title, the official favourite as the #1 seed, Roger Federer. Control at the moment, leading by a set of 2-1 against a man who's just dumped his serve with 2 double faults, so his confidence won't be very high. The frustration factor in Gonzalez will be considerable now.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is where it gets even more difficult because Federer loves to be one of the best front runners in the game. He starts showing off once he feels comfortable and relaxed. He said the more confident, more comfortable you feel out there, the more risks you take. Let's see if that's the way it plays out here.
Love 15.
Well, good for variety to come in occasionally on his serve. He hasn't been in too often behind it. exciting spectacle always when Gonzalez is playing. He doesn't always win the point, but he always gives you something to excite you. Well now. And a break serve here, is he?
First chance.
Serve was too good, wasn't it?
Deuce.
This, I think, is where he is more mature now. At a moment of crisis, he just puts in the percentage serve. He knows he's going to get in a huge amount of spin on it. He knows it's going to be difficult to return. So the percentage is he's going to win the ball.
40.
Half court ball again.
Game, Federer.
And there you are, you see how quickly
Federer leads 3 games to
1 point down, 2 points in the row, and it's 3.
Oh, that would so much what defines winners
No,
and losers.
it
and
looks like
champions,
something's on
how
the
they
ground.
face break points.
Thank you.
So Chris getting some debris cleared off the court.
Love, 15. Love, 13.
Well, it's apparent that Gonzalez's game is just beginning to crack here under the pressure that Federer has exerted. His one break chance was taken from him.
Love, 14.
And now he's just hitting and hoping. I mean, there's not much purpose to it. Well, that was lovely serving. Just what Federer had done to him at break point.
15,
He does to
14.
Federer. Percentage serve. He needs more though. He's still break points down.
Thirteen, 14.
Federer giving that sideline a hard glare as he walks back. He's had 1 or 2 bad calls today. I don't think though that was enough. 34.
Game, Federer. Federer leads 4 games to 1.
And a second break, and he's 4-1 in the second set.
That's just beautiful, beautiful execution from Federer on that break point. And it's so demoralizing at this point for a guy like Gonzalez. He had that one shot at a break, last service game. Federer comes up with an amazing kick, probably the biggest kick, second serve of the match. what a great time to do it. Now Gonzalez is
Ball boy come around in front of him.
Serious trouble. Down. I guess the guy who
Yeah,
loves
keep
to
coming. There.
That's the kicker right there. That came on break point.
It's lovely to see the way Federer invents shots for the situation. Whatever is required, well then he'll do something slightly different with the spin or the racket face that is perfect.
And it looks like he's been drilling it for years. It's such a natural talent.
There's one low forehand though against Roddy. I don't know whether you remember, but he picked it up off his toes, an impossible shot.
Top. Yeah, just put it on its chair. Thanks.
So with 2 breaks in hand, one hardly thinks that the world #1 is going to fail here. You never know, of course, but I would be very surprised if things went wrong. 6-3, 4-1.
Because the heat is such a factor, and there are so many matches that you have to play to win this event, you don't want to be out there any longer than you have to. So Federer's going to stay very focused here.
13.
Just his second ace of the day.
Classic 1-2 punch from Federer. Not a great return. Saw it land short, right in the middle of the court. Federer 11 winners on that forehand side. 4 unforced errors.
Third double fault has given just a glimmer of hope to Gonzalez. Much, but he'll take anything he can get. Oh, a mistake from Federer. He could have played it.
Well, that's interesting that he let this ball go. He knew it had to be close here. Clearly not obvious that that ball was going to sail long or wide. You've got the game point. Give it a good whack. Finish it with your volley.
Versus.
See exactly what Roger Federer doesn't want to be doing. Chance to hold easily. Now he's at deuce.
Advantage Federer.
How easy he makes it look.
Deuce.
Oh, almost a little kiss off the net brought that one in. He had it. He had to go for it.
Advantage Federer.
Take the second serve, sneak in behind it. Been watching Gonzalez chip that backhand all afternoon. Sneak in before it drops low.
Game, Federer.
Well, you're right, he does make it look easy, doesn't he?
Federer leads 5-1.
And he's 5-1 and seemingly on his way to the fourth round.
Low.
Well, that is exactly what you expect to see a great player do. He's got his man down, but he keeps his foot firmly on his neck.
Strange because he made the proper adjustment steps. You saw those little steps at the very end of that shot. Almost as if he was out balanced, though. It didn't seem natural.
And actually, Gonzalez had already moved to his forehand side, so I'm surprised that he didn't go for the open ball.
Roger's human. Wonderful gifts you get when you're one in the world. Guys at this point beaten down mentally as much as they are physically, more so than they are physically.
30. 40, 30. Game, Gonzalez.
Well, seemingly
Federer leads 5-2.
About to be over.
Ball change.
Gonzalez just regroups, and it's 5-2 now to Federer second set.
Gonzalez did regroup a little bit, but I think certainly with some help from Roger Federer. Mentally soft game right there. Just get the feeling that Federer just wants to get his serve and finish it off on that side of the court.
Thanks, Tim.
Dictating from the serve.
Interesting watching the South American surge in the game. So many of them challenging one another for the honours that it's helped them all to improve.
Similar thing with some of the American guys. Those young guys were pushing each other. Roddick led the way. Blake came up, and he was surpassed by Fish, Dent, Ginepri, all those guys. And they're friends, and they admit it. They say, yeah, I mean, once we see one guy do it, we all want to get there. We all believe that we can do it. Federer, on the other hand, so far head and shoulders above anyone else in Switzerland. He's doing it on his own. Puts the whole Davis Cup team on his back. He's Allegro's out here practicing with him.
Time.
setting a hot pace on a hot day, Roger Federer, serving with the new balls for the match.
50.
Good as well as any to start. Your 6th ace.
30. Luck.
It's been a very smooth performance, this, I must say.
Left. First serve. Luck.
So here we are, with one thinks the end in sight. 3 match points.
Game, set, match, Federer. 6-3, 6-2.
Cheers ring round this lovely arena for the world #1 and top seed here, winning through 6-3, 6-2 in just 63 minutes. And you have to say that was a royal progress by the king of the men's game at the moment.
Yeah, it's really a great match for Federer. I didn't think he played his best by any stretch of the imagination, but he did exactly what he needed to get it done, and Gonzalez helped him quite a bit with a lot of double faults at key moments, a lot of unforced errors. Really one of those classic go to the office, take care of business, let the other guy beat himself, come up with the only thing that's necessary, the only thing special.
Our #1 seed and #1 player in the world, to Switzerland, Roger Federer.
And huge cheers as Federer departs for a shower and a spot of lunch. And I think when we look at the statistics of this match, Jeff, we'll see that he was really in control in all the match.
Aces for Gonzalez, only won 4 double faults. It was key, as I said just a second ago, at the worst possible times in the world. The later part of the first set.
This is wimpy here.
And then the second, pretty much the same. Played some loose games. Big winners on the 4 minutes after Gonzalez helped him serve a little bit. Federer's just dominant. Maintained a tight lid on the unforced errors. Only 1 break point for Gonzalez. Federer played a classic big second serve out wide. Vinci serve on that finishing offense.
And now let's just sit back and enjoy some of the highlights from that match.
Need a break from the heat stop by the fine living room for the 3 seconds of their moment. It's stopped by the 17th with the other electricity any of the 500 destinations served by Sky Team. The Desert Festival of Wine Food and Music, April 2 through 4, 2004. Visit a garden club for more information.
You think you can get to it by